Good morning everyone and welcome to the Trade Talk podcast. Today we will be discussing trading strategies for Nifty and Bank Nifty, as well as we are going to highlight few stocks that are expected to do well. But before that, we will begin with the global cues. Stocks fell around the world as traders rushed into bonds after a raft of news on China, Italy and the US. If we go through with the Moody's overall statements, then Moody's Investor Services downgraded 10 small and mid-sized American lenders and said it may do the same with a handful of major firms. That has actually dragged the sentiment, and we saw sharp decline in the US stocks. However, in the second half, there was recovery and they recovered almost 50% from their day's lowest levels. But now if we go through with the Asian markets, then China's consumer and producer prices both declined in July, a sign of deflation pressure amid weakening demand. CPI dipped 0.3% from a year earlier, its first drop since February 2021. PPI reiterated for a 10th consecutive month, sliding 4.4%. It's the first time since November 2020 that both measures registered contractions. So broadly, again, Asian markets are trading little lower. US stock futures are almost at an unchanged levels. The 10-year bond yield is still above the levels of 4% and the dollar index is at 102.5. But if we go through with the setup of our markets, then yesterday we saw range bound activity. The market failed to cross the selling pressure at 20 days simple moving average, which was around 19,635. From there all the way it went back to 19,530, but on the back of specific support to the levels of 19,500, we saw recovery towards the end. For the day, 19,635 is again going to act as major resistance, and above that only we can expect rally towards 19,675 or 19,700. The strategy should be to look for reducing position between the levels of 19,650 to 19,700, as there is huge amount of resistance at 19,700. At the same time, below 19,500 we are expecting some weakness which will push the market towards 19,400, and in that case we should look for creating some short positions with the stop loss at 19,650. For the Bank Nifty, the important level is 45,100. Above that we can expect some short covering towards 45,400 or 500, but below 44,700 again we can expect some weakness. But the way there was like some activity in PSU banks and recovery in private banks, we are expecting Bank Nifty to do well in today's date. For the Nifty IT index, it has formed a doji star formation at the top of the current pullback. So we may see some correction on the back of specific formation. Also, if we go through with the news flow for the bank stocks in the US, I think it is going to impact some IT companies in the near term. So broadly, we are of the view that the markets are at important crucial resistance level, and around these levels, instead of taking fresh long positions, we should be a little bit careful. For sector specific, we need to focus on PSU banks, a few pharma companies, as well as we need to focus on power companies. From the power space, we like NTPC, which is around 217, 218. There we are expecting upward activity towards maybe 230, 235 in the near term. We can keep stop loss somewhere close to 214. Also, from the pharma space, we are specifically bullish on Cipla. Technically, we are expecting stock to move towards 1300. We can keep stop loss at 1150, 1130 if there is any correction. And from the PSU bank space, a number of stocks like Canara Bank, Bank of Baroda, Punjab National Bank, they should do well. But in that specifically, we like Punjab National Bank, which is around 58, 15, which is around 61, 62. Upward side we can expect 70, 75 We can keep stop loss around 58 for the same. That's all from my side. With this, I'm ending today's morning podcast. Thank you very much for listening me. Have a great day to all of you.